this, Councilwoman?
So I actually was planning to keep it really, really short, and then about midway through today I decided to add a little bit more context to my comment, and so it got a little longer, so I apologize in advance. You got the long-winded version of me today. So the ordinance subcommittee worked really hard on this at the beginning of the year. We spent multiple meetings on this. We spent many hours on reorganizing this ordinance as a whole. So this was originally presented to the city on June 14th. So this was almost 6 whole months ago that we started talking about this ordinance. So at that meeting, we had multiple community members that came forward about the community cats portion. And then one of those residents actually followed up with some written parameters and suggested language that changed, that we were able to work with them and change some of the requirements to make it so that it was not that they could continue doing what they wanted to do, but that it was also safe, sanitary, and in the best interest as for the community as a whole, not just for one specific subset of the community. Now, we acknowledge that some of those recommendations we added and we rejected other ones. We did not take that as it was. We worked with what they brought to us. At that point, we brought it back to council. We had the second reading with the amended version, and another resident came and talked about a different issue that they had with this ordinance. It's been almost 6 months since then, and the best option that people came up with was to allow it any day of the year, any day of the week, with absolutely no restrictions. And in my opinion, that's completely unacceptable. So what I'm asking my colleagues to do today is to amend what's on the agenda back to the original language. So 90.4A and 90.5E back to the original language that was on June 14th. And then if someone comes up with a plan in which this can be executed with permits, which is something I've said multiple times during this conversation, if someone can come back with restrictions, with sanitary requirements, with assurances that there will be inspections, that the safety of the neighbors, maybe even alerting the neighbors that you're going to do it, the time and place that you're going to do it so they can protect their children from traumatic experiences. These are things that we can appreciate regardless of religion. And I think it's really important that we do that. And so with that, I'm going to end that rant and motion to amend 90.4A and 90.5E back to the original language from June. So with no mention of religion. 90.4A and 90.5E. And then that way something can have there can be discussion on it. There can be a first and second reading. If people want to bring it back, the public can have more input, and then we're done. So that's my motion.
I need a second.